Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. Sorry about the 4-minute late start, but I am David Squeezaniki, better late than never. All right. A lot of folks out there, well, I'm not going to bother to do it because I'm late. No. And I'm not pulling the Jamaican thing. It's not true. All right. Anyway, I am David Squeezaniki of the Link Up Media Group of Companies, and I have been on the radio since 6 a.m. this morning. I've been mentioning this powerful law firm called Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. And my friend Adam Handler, okay, and I, that go back 15 years plus, and he has worked with me in so many different areas and helped me out, not just as an attorney, but as a friend and vice versa. He's the one who has made this law show happen this year. So you should all be very thankful for what it is that he has done. But he has done this for the Caribbean community and more because he has helped, ladies and gentlemen, $125 million worth of people. That's a different way to phrase it.
Yeah, I don't like putting prices on people, but yes, I think I understand what you meant.
I love putting prices on people, man. Because, how many other attorneys can put that on anyone on this station? No one.
Yeah, not many, but you are absolutely right. Over $125 million for my clients. Those are big boy numbers.
Big boy numbers, and that's when it comes to personal injury. So every one of you out there, listen up. Look at this world. Look at what's happening around us. Everybody's getting back behind the wheel. There are accidents happening. People are going back to the construction sites. There are accidents happening. People falling off the scaffolding and all of that stuff. Medical malpractice. If you get hurt in an accident, you need one attorney and one attorney only. And that's the man that's with PPID, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. Let me give out this number slowly because I want every one of you to store this number for the case handler. I call him the shark because of how good he is with getting the money out of the insurance companies. All right, so here's his number, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. 844-PPID-LAW. But the firm that he's with right now, that he's a partner with right now, was built on immigration. Approximately 60 years they've been around. And ladies and gentlemen, immigration is something that is prevalent in our community, needed in our community. And that's one of the reasons why we have the wonderful Andrea on our show right now, Andrea Scheer. And of course, she's one of the immigration attorneys with the firm, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. She's here to answer any and all immigration questions that you may have. However, you can call the same number, 844-774-3529. If you're listening to the radio, turn it up, text someone, call someone, and tell them to tune in to Adam Handler, Andrea Scheer, and David Squeezaniki doing the law show. We call it, Adam, we are now what?
Cruising with the case handler. Good morning, Squeeze. How are you? Wagwan.
I'm wonderful. Everything I go on, my dupes. So I teach Andrea some.
My dupes, yeah.
Teach Andrea some patois today. All right. Andrea, you speak another language, right?
Spanish, yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
And Italian, a little bit.
A little bit. It's so
intermediate.
I'm quite sure Adam went through this. I did 4 years of Spanish back in school, and I don't remember anything except, hey, ¿qué pasa?
Yeah, no, I can handle myself on a vacation, but that's basically it. If I needed serious assistance, I think I'd be in trouble, but I can certainly make my way through a all-inclusive resort in Cancun.
Can definitely find the bathroom, huh?
That's easy. Yeah, I can also find the bar too, but I digress.
Get the Google app.
Yeah, that app is amazing. Everybody out there that has people that they need to communicate with, that app really is good. I mean, listen, you probably don't translate perfect, but most of my clients speak English. Although I have to say, I've been serving the Caribbean community for nearly 17 years now. And when I first became, an attorney and started working with the community, it was very, very, very difficult for me to understand some of the individuals that have migrated from the island of Jamaica. Some of them just, the native tongue, I just couldn't understand. And I would always say, listen, I'm from Jersey. You got to speak slower. We speak very slow in Jersey. But now I got to tell you, I can run with the best of them. There's not many, even, listening to most of the wonderful music that comes out of the island. I could pretty much follow everything. And I also particularly get a kick out of those individuals who, when they speak to me, we can sit in a room and they'll speak to me and they'll use very, very proper English. And then they'll have to speak to their buddy sitting next to them and they can just snap back right into the patois. So
I'm telling you Mom, cause things are all going with him. You know, it's something
Yeah, it's exactly right. It's exactly right. But that's what makes my job so amazing. I love working with people. I'm sure Andrea feels the same way. We love what we do, you know, because we're professionals. We love what we do because, you know, we love the law and being able to use our minds. But you know, serving people and helping people is the best part for sure.
Why don't you're two attorneys, two proficient, competent, and great attorneys. And I know a lot about you. Now, Andrea just got on board earlier this year, but I know so much about her from the people that she has spoken with. Why don't you both, and starting with you, Adam, expand on what you both are all about and what the firm is all about and why they should store the number 844 PPID law.
Yeah, I mean, listen, very, very simple. We are a law firm that does things very differently than most law firms out there. We are very proud of ourselves. We are very proud of our partners. We are very proud of our coworkers, and we're very proud of our work product. We've been around for a very long time, the firm that is, and it's not by accident. It's because you provide top quality legal services. No business is ever going to last more than a few years if they're not providing results. And the law business is a results-based business. My results happen to be monetary compensation for injuries. So that means if, God forbid, you or one of your family members is hurt in an accident, whether a car accident, a workplace accident, a construction accident, trip and fall, if you've sustained an injury and have medical bills, time out of work, and pain and suffering, you are entitled to money under the law. You're entitled to compensation tax-free, and you're entitled to it regardless of your immigration status. And my job is to get you the most money possible for these injuries. Like we said earlier, I've personally recovered over $125 million from my clients over the years. Thousands of people have come to me. And that's a pretty amazing thing because, and this even happened yesterday, somebody was in the office signing some papers for a new case. And I said to him, you know, you have so many choices out there, you know, so many lawyers out there that do personal injury. Why did you choose our firm? I always like to know, you know, and some people say, well, I hear you on the radio, so you sound good. Yeah, that's kind of a weak. I mean, it's important, but you shouldn't go by what somebody sounds like. And this gentleman said, because when I
don't like that. You just don't like one. You want someone to say, because I know you're excellent at what you do.
Exactly. And that's what this gentleman said. This gentleman said, because as soon as I told my friend that I was hurt in an accident, he said, I got a lawyer for you. And then I spoke to somebody else later in the day, and they said, I have a lawyer for you. And you know what? They both were referring to me. So when two individuals at two different parts of the day, separate and apart, say, you got to go with this guy, you know that you're dealing with an attorney that's going to fight for you like family. That's an attorney that's going to fight and live up to the expectations you have of not becoming a victim twice. Because whether it's the insurance company on the other side screwing you over or your lawyer themselves screwing you over, and that happens. Right? People roll up. Andrea worked at other law firms before. She knows how it works. You know, lawyers will roll up to you at the scene of the accident or roll up to you in the emergency room or at a doctor's office and take your case and you sign a few papers. Next thing you know, either you never hear anything from them or you get a call that they got you a small settlement and the case is over. And that's just not what we do here. We do some incredible things on the personal injury side. We understand everybody's got one chance to get it right. There are, of course, no redos in personal injury. So we say it once, we'll say it again, one chance, one choice, and I'm your case handler, and that's the way it should be. And our phone number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529, or easy to remember, 844 PPID law. PPID law. PPID stands for Pollack, Isaac, DeSico. And we know Squeeze, he's down with PPID, right?
Come on, you know me.
All right.
Well, one thing I know for sure, I think Andrea probably was a kid back then, but when we started out with you before you, Adam, like a year before you, it was common in the Caribbean community when someone gets into an accident, they think a couple thousands of dollars, the most $5-10 grand. That's how they thought. That's what the immigrant community that I was in thought of automobile accident.
And that does happen. I mean, there are cases that settle for 5 or 10 grand.
But I've seen individuals mangled, torn apart, and they're walking away with 5, 10 grand because they don't have the right representation. They don't have the right attorney, or they're taking a settlement from an insurance company that calls them up and said, okay, hey, here's what we're going to offer you. Don't get an attorney. You see, knowledge is power, but it's power when it's harnessed. And that's one of the reasons why people say, Squeeze, you went to corporate America, you did all that stuff, and you work with all these Fortune 500 companies, but now you're back, you're building your business in the community. Why? Why? Because I noticed that there's a void. I noticed that there's a huge ignorance in the community, especially in the legal capacity, where this community has been taken advantage of by so many different entities because they are immigrants and they don't have the wherewithal and the knowledge to understand that they're being taken advantage of. And that's one of the reasons why I work exclusively with professionals that I know take care of my people. And one of the individuals that I can definitely, truly have been taking care of my people, and I'm saying it, I'm pontificating it, is Adam Handler. He wants you to know that if you're just taking somebody because they said, you hear some dude on the top of the hour advertising it on his personal injury firm. No, don't just go with what you're hearing on the top of the hour. Always call and ask for Adam Handler. He has a proven track record within this community and even outside, but primarily with this community. And that's the reason why he has settled $125 million. But yes, the money is great, but more importantly, he treats you like family. He doesn't treat you like a number. He treats you with the same way he would treat his own kids. That's how he is. And that's what we need. We need someone that will have our back when we get hurt in an accident. So I say to you, store this number in your phone, 844-774-3529. That's 844-PPID-LAW. Before I even go to a true success story, and this is also true. The reason why, ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying it, and I've said it before, the reason why we have such a good immigration segment on this radio station is because Adam Handler said, Squeeze, you need to get out of retirement. You need to come back on the radio. You need to bring back the immigration segment. You need to help the people. It's needed out there. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what he has done. That's what I have done. And that's the reason why we have Andrea Scheer here today speaking on immigration. I'm sorry I was so long-winded, Adam, but I wanted people to know that you guys are truly the best. You can't say it, but I am saying it, and that's the reason why everyone needs to dial the number now. Let it ring 10 seconds, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529.
Yeah, and we'll flip it over to Andrea real quick. But it's also important to add, and I had mentioned earlier in the year to you, and we got to get the immigration back. We got to get you live back. And you said to me, well, we have to. What can we do to the community for the community? What can we provide that other people don't? And that's that free phone consultation. We don't stress it enough, ladies and gentlemen. If you call that number, you will receive or schedule. We'll schedule you for either later in the day a 100% no strings attached free phone consultation with an attorney. No other law firm right now is doing that. We've obviously decided to give back to the community that has given to us for so many decades, so many years, and we're proud to do it. And Andrea herself is responsible for doing some of these consultations. Andrea, how many consultations do you think you've done since March?
I can't even count.
A lot. It's over 200 maybe.
Wow.
Like that.
Free consultations.
Yeah.
Free consultations. People with absolutely nothing to lose. I don't like calling people names, but you'd be a fool not to call. I mean, why wouldn't you? If you've got a question, why wouldn't you want the answer, even if it's a silly question? Andrea doesn't judge. I know her way too well. She doesn't judge.
You can use a softer word. You'd be silly not to call.
Okay, fine. You're not a fool. You be silly.
Now, Andrea, I know you've got a lot to talk about, and I want to squeeze everything in within 10 minutes between a true success story of Adam and what you have to talk about, and then we can expand on the other side of with Facebook. But quickly, can you give me one quick, short, true success story, Andrea, of someone that you have helped in the immigration capacity or that you have initiated helping here since you started here with us on the radio? Just one quick one, all right? You don't have to give a name or anything.
Well, recently we had a case come from another attorney, and I was so happy that they came to us, because when they spoke to us and they finally were able to be listened to, they just wanted someone to listen to them and to help them, basically. And they didn't get that with their old attorney. So I thought it felt good to speak to someone that was so appreciative of the help that we gave them. And they ended up retaining us for their case and their children's case. And just the fact that they were able to speak to the attorney, to understand what was going on, to understand what the process was going to be, and also that they were told the truth, was very important for them. Like we were very open and honest with them about the issues with the case and what could be expected.
Because a lot of attorneys don't listen. A lot of attorneys do not listen. A lot of attorneys, they just don't listen. So I'm very happy. You know, I know that about the firm, the honesty and the straightforwardness of the firm. So I'm very happy that that's happening over there. But anyway, I know you got a lot, so go ahead.
No, I know Adam and I do different practices, completely different things. But one thing we have in common is that we listen to the clients, that we're able to speak to them, that when they call, they don't not only speak to the paralegal, but they can get to the attorney and actually speak to them. So I think in that sense, our practices are very similar, where we're available at all times for clients. So
personal injury and immigration.
Yeah, that's one thing in common.
Yep.
That's something you want to share with us. Bring us up to speed with some news update that you've got to share.
So yesterday, the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services announced that they are no longer going to go through with the 13,000 people that they were going to furlough. So they basically said they canceled that. For now, they didn't give any guarantees for the months to come, but for now it's canceled. But they said that it's as a result of unprecedented spending cuts and a steady increase in daily revenue. So that's a little weird. I don't know how they were able to get around receiving $1.2 billion from Congress, and all of a sudden they don't have to lay off all these people. So I don't know what happened, but that's one of the big news that we got yesterday. Yeah. Okay.
And what else? Anything else that's happening in immigration?
Yeah. So, well, there's a lot of things happening every day, but as of yesterday as well, August 25th, changes became effective to asylum, to obtaining an employment authorization card based on asylum. So now, effective yesterday, an applicant has to wait 365 days before they can apply for an employment authorization card, whereas in the past, after 150 days, you could start to apply. So that's a big change. Another change is that if you don't file within 1 year, then you're not going to be able to get an employment authorization card while your case is pending. Another big change is if you cross the border, if you enter without inspection, then you won't be able to obtain an employment authorization card while your case is pending. And the last big change is that if you have a criminal conviction for a certain crime, then you also will be barred from getting an employment authorization card for your asylum. So these are all tactics to just overall deter people from applying, and just,
But we've got you.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll find loopholes, and I'm sure we'll find exceptions that we will be able to get around this. But as of now, that's the big change in asylum and eligibility for an employment authorization card.
Very happy that you're on the show, Andrea Scheer, our immigration attorney. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, if you would love to speak with this human being, this beautiful human being with this beautiful mind, with this beautiful experience and depth and knowledge on immigration law, I'm about to give you her number before we kick it over to Adam for a true success story before the top. Her number right now, if you call it, you will get a 100% free phone consultation to speak one-on-one with her off the air, privately and confidentially, for free. Her number is 844-774-3529. Try and call before 10 a.m. 844-774-3529. Bring all of your immigration questions, get them answered for free. 844-774-3529. 844-PPID-LAW. Thank you so much, Andrea. Let's kick it to the personal injury side, Adam Handler. Adam?
Yeah, what's up, man? I was, while Andrea was talking, I was just trying to flip through some of these true life success stories. If you're listening to us right now on 93.5 FM, thank you so much. There are certainly other things that you could be listening to. And the fact that you've chosen to be with us this morning means the world to me. It means the world to all of us, literally. Thousands and thousands of people right now are tuning in to what we have to say, and we're trying to provide quality content and also the information you need to change your life and your family's life, for possibly generations to come. With respect to personal injury, when I hand you a check for $3 or $4 million on a settlement, that's generational money. Most of these individuals have never had more than a few $1,000s in their bank account. Now they have millions of dollars in their bank account. Or with respect to immigration, once you legalize your status here in the United States, that's it. You're done. Your bloodline is secure here in the United States, not just to live free of fear of being deported, but to be part of this society, to vote, even to be president of the United States one day. So you may think that, I don't need to become a citizen, or, I'll just live in the shadows and not adjust my status. That's certainly a mistake, especially when you have attorneys that are willing to speak to you for free and let you know what your options are. So couldn't be prouder of the work we do. And certainly the work I do in the personal injury world makes me proud as well. Let me share my screen just so we can talk about one quick case, and then I'll flip it back to immigration. I say it a lot, we say one chance, one choice, you're a case handler, but also I say, don't take my word for it. Don't take Squeeze's word for it. Don't take, the guys, those wonderful DJs at the end of the day who are broadcasting on this station, their word for it. Everybody backs the case handler, but take the word of the client, because, the clients come to us with many, many choices. There's a lot of lawyers out there, a lot of good lawyers out there, but not all lawyers are created equal and are going to get you that maximum compensation while also making you feel like family. And, you never know when disaster is going to strike. Right now on Facebook, I'm showing a photograph of a very badly damaged BMW SUV. A gentleman named Barrington was driving this car several years ago, and another driver ran right into him. Do you really think that this gentleman thought in a million years that he would be in a serious accident like this? No. He was minding his own business, driving to work, as he's done for years and years before, gets into a terrible accident, becomes injured, but had our number saved in his phone, was listening just like you folks right now are listening to us. You may not need us now. Hopefully you don't need us now, but God forbid you do. If you have that number saved in your phone, or you at least know to Google the case handler or Google PPID, you're going to be taken care of. And Squeeze, if you wouldn't mind reading this quote for me, I would be appreciative of that.
Communication was great. My team called me often to tell me important updates about my case. The case handler team is professional and paid great attention to detail. If you get into an accident, try to take pictures and document everything. Next, call Adam Handler.
Yep, and that's really what it comes down to. Barrington, $60,000 settlement.
Settlement.
Yeah.
Looking at that car, I wouldn't even think he would get $10,000.
Yeah. Well, listen, there are accidents in which you say, oh my God, how did somebody make it out alive? But, we can talk about it maybe tomorrow or Friday when I'm back on. The tougher cases are the cases in which there's literally no damage. Now, I've had those cases where somebody has had, pretty serious injuries with very little damage to the car. This case particularly, real quick, and then we'll switch it over, was an important case to highlight, because the $60,000 was comprised of two different claims. The gentleman that hit this guy only had a $25,000 insurance policy. That's the minimum amount of insurance you must carry in New York. $25,000. We got the full $25,000 from the individual's insurance, and then because this gentleman Barrington, was smart and thought ahead, he had that supplemental insurance. We don't actually speak enough about this. But we should do so more. There's supplemental insurance you can purchase on your own car insurance policy, that if you're hit by a car, that has minimal insurance, your own insurance then steps into the shoes for further compensation. So in this case, we were able to take $25,000 from the vehicle that struck him, and then an additional $35,000 from his own insurance company to compensate him for his injuries. And that's tax-free money, and that's what we do here. Millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars for our clients. Life-changing money for life-changing injuries. And there are no redos. I said it a few minutes ago. One chance to get it right, one choice of attorney, and hopefully you won't be silly, as Squeeze says, I should say, and you'll call the case handler. Happy to help, want to help, would love to help, and with God's will, we'll continue to do this amazing work.
844-774-3529, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. That's the number that you call for Adam Handler, your personal injury attorney. And the same number that you call for, of course, immigration. Want to say a pleasant good morning to all the people on Facebook. I'm going to take 15 seconds out here, Andrea and Adam. I'm going to ask everyone that is on Facebook to do me a solid, okay? I'm quite sure Adam received those IGs, and those texts where I said, do me a solid. Follow me on IG. Follow me on Facebook. So do me a solid right now and follow me, David Squeezaniki, but obviously more importantly for this show and more for you, follow Adam Handler on Facebook. Follow Adam Handler on IG, the case handler. All right. Follow the firm, PPID, Pollack, Isaac.
We actually just hit a very cool milestone on Instagram, over 6,000 followers on our Instagram page. My daughter said to me, Daddy, you're an influencer. I said, what's that? She goes, well, that means that you can start promoting products and people will actually buy them because you say they should. So that sounds pretty cool. Andrea, do you think PPID would be a good influencer?
I hope so. I think they would. Yeah.
All right. That's cool. Yeah. So let's keep it going.
Okay.
I'm going to log off. I'm going to leave you to the very capable hands of my wonderful associate, Andrea. But before I go, and before you give out that number again, can I see that view? Show me what you're working with.
I'll show you, man.
Oh my God. Look at that. That's the Statue of Liberty right there, huh?
Yes, it is.
God, what a view. What a view. Hey, it's good to be squeezed, man.
It's very therapeutic. It's good to be me, yes.
All right. All right. Well, listen, I'm going to sign off. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for spending the morning with us. I have a deposition right now that I'm going to be doing on Zoom, just like this. And instead of being nice and friendly, I'm going to be a jerk and try to get to the bottom of what I need to do to get my client the big money.
Shark, not a jerk.
All right, I'll be the shark. Okay, right. So it's not. You're not a fool. You're silly, and you're not a jerk. You're a shark.
There you go.
I got it. Life lessons, brother. All right, guys, have fun, enjoy. Thank you so much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks again. Appreciate it. Adios.
We're competent enough to handle this.
I have no doubt that you guys will do just fine. Behave yourself, Squeeze.
I am. That's Adam Handler, ladies and gentlemen. I am left with the attorney, Andrea Scheer. And of course, Andrea, we're going to be speaking a little bit on immigration. Got some immigration questions. So if you are ready, you tell me, or unless you want to touch on anything else before we jump into it. Are you ready for the questions?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's called Cruising with a Case Handler. We're about to speak on immigration. So I need everybody on Facebook, please share to as many groups. Find at least 10 groups and share the link in it. Share at least 20 people on your timeline. I would appreciate that. We're going to get these questions answered. First question here, it says, I am filing for my brother under the F4 category. Since he is in the U.S., on the U.S. soil, under the I-485 adjustment of status, will the processing be faster?
So she's filing for the brother, and the brother is in the U.S. or he's outside?
Yes, he's in the U.S.
So if he's in the U.S. without status, then that's a problem. That category takes about 10 to 14, no, not 10. It takes about 14 years before it becomes current. Right. So if in those 14 years he stays inside the country without status, then by the time the application is current, he's going to need a waiver. So it's a lot more complicated if he waits from inside the country, whereas if he waits outside the country. So,
all right.
Unfortunately, it's not going to make it go faster. If he's in here, it's going to make it more complicated.
That's Andrea, our attorney, answering the question right here. The number is 844-774-3529. And once again, I'm watching every one of you guys. I need at least 10 shares from each of you. All right. So let's boogie. All right. The next one is, I'm a permanent resident and my baby was born abroad. After checking on the internet, we have the possibility to bring him with us to the United States. My question is, when we are there, what we have to do so he can get the GC, the green card, I guess.
So I would say call the firm. It's a lot easier to get a consultation so we can explain that process. But yes, you can definitely bring your child over if you're a legal permanent resident.
Right. And I would absolutely 100% call the firm, especially when it has to do with your child.
Yes.
And the paperwork and getting it done properly and professionally, and more importantly, right the first time. So call up Andrea. She'll speak with you for free off the air. Their number is 844-774-3529. She's my immigration attorney today on the show, Cruising with the Case Handler. All right, let's go to another question. I am documentary qualified. There goes that DQ again. Waiting for interview. My visa category is F2A, but I'm not optimistic due to the current situation and embassy's issue. So my question is, I have a student visa of USA. It's expiring in 2 years. I took a leave from my college and didn't take this semester, and I'm back in my country and stuck here. Now, my question is, can I go back on my student visa by enrolling myself again in my school? Very convoluted here. But
yeah, there's a lot of issues in that question. Technically, yes, you could come on the student visa if you're able to get it. Assuming that he didn't like break the terms of the visa, he didn't work, he didn't do anything that would basically violate the terms of the visa, then he could. And regarding the F1 and the pending application, the travel ban right now, could affect him, but it's going to be over in December. So there's no reason why he will not be able to file and obtain a benefit.
Gotcha. And listen, I know people out there have many questions. It's much easier to just call the law firm directly. Get your immigration initial questions answered for free. And then after that, you can hire Andrea to actually do your work for you. All right. Once again, the show, Cruising with a Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration. I see that people on Facebook are sharing the show. All right. We've got two wonderful human beings here helping you all out. So continue to share. Thanks to all the people there on Facebook, the Carolyn Anderson, the Denisha Josephs, all these folks that's, the Linda Shaws. Thank you so much for what you're doing and joining groups and sharing us. All right, here's another one. My interview is canceled because of COVID-19. I'm on the F1 at the family-based petition. I'm not sure when I will get another interview date, but some people say that I'll become a permanent resident on the day of the interview. They said I will get a stamp in my passport. Is that true? My case is legit and I submitted all the required paperwork.
So F1 is for unmarried sons of daughters of U.S. citizens. If you have the interview postponed, that's fine. There's no reason why you're not going to be able to get your green card. It doesn't work immediate though. When you get to the interview, they're going to take your passport and then you will get it back in about 2 weeks with the stamp. You're not going to get the stamp right there on the interview. Okay. Sometimes they might even ask you for more documents. So it's not guaranteed that they're going to approve it right then and there. So that's something to consider, but the travel ban shouldn't affect the fact that you will have your interview and that you can be approved.
Got you. Once again, Andrea Scheer, we call her Shira. That's the nickname we gave her here on the show. And she's the immigration attorney at the firm that will be answering your questions and also helping you. The key is to hire her after she answers your questions for free via the consultation. You want that free consultation? 844-774-3529 is the number to call. Here's another one. I was reapplying for my wife's I-131 travel document because the one she has is expiring soon. Checked the mail today and it came back declined because I forgot a signature. Question is, do I need to sign the paperwork they sent back to me or redo the whole thing? Because I noticed some numbers and stuff and the type of barcode they had wrote on the paperwork. Also, they did not send their passport style photos back to me. Will I need to buy new ones again and resubmit? This is the reason why you hire Andrea. Well, you got a million questions. Go ahead, Andrea.
So if you would have had an attorney, that wouldn't have happened. So that's one of the reasons to avoid doing it on your own. It honestly depends on what the notice says. If it's a rejection notice, sometimes they give you instructions on what you need to do right the next time when you resend it. If it's a denial, then you are going to have to do everything again. If it's a rejection, you probably just fix the errors and resend. The fact that you didn't get the pictures is kind of normal because immigration loses things all the time. It's very common for them to like lose the checks or lose the pictures or even other documents. So you should probably just go get new photos.
Right. And once again, you can also call the firm and have them give you some assistance with this. Ask for Andrea. The number once again is 844-774-3529. We've also got the Nelson Madrids, AKA the Maverick. We got Conrad Pollack, the managing partner. Remember to reach out to them, 844-PPID-LAW. Here's the final question. What happens if the petitioner doesn't have enough income to sponsor the principal and derivative immigrant at the same time? Or if the petitioner's income is enough for only one of two?
So that's easy. You can just get a co-sponsor that has the required income and that can sponsor the immigrant. So you can use both the incomes of the person. For public charge purposes, it depends. If they're outside, then they might not be subject to the public charge and they can just be okay with the co-sponsor. If they're in the United States, then they might have some issues.
What is the public charge?
Public charge is that you have to show to immigration that you're not likely to become a public charge in the future, meaning you're not going to receive public benefits. You're not going to receive food stamps or cash assistance. There's a lot of factors that go to the public charge. It's a lot to cover, but if you don't have enough income for one person, but the immigrant has his or her own income, then they might not be subject to public charge in admissibility grounds.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration law, brought to you by the law firm Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. Prior results do not guarantee similar outcome. However, if you're watching this on Facebook, listening to it on the radio, wherever you are, reach out to the firm at 844-774-3529 and get yourself a free immigration consultation. That's 844-774-3529. Also do remember they are a full service law firm. They, of course, practice personal injury law, immigration law, obviously, criminal defense, real estate law, family law, and much more. With that said, thank you all so much for sharing. Continue doing so. We do appreciate it. Andrea, I'll let you have the final word before we go.
Well, thank you for having me today. Just to add to one of the questions, for documents and rejections, when we do the consult, we sometimes ask the clients to send us the documents and we review it for them for free sometimes. So it is something to consider and why you should also call. It's a lot easier to be able to help you that way.
Absolutely. Andrea, as usual, you have done an excellent job in answering the questions. You've answered more questions, and they're going to get upset with me. You've answered more questions than the other attorneys when they're on. I mean, you just went right through them all. So we do appreciate it.
Bring it on. I feel like I'm on a talk show, like clicking to answer the question.
Like, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Well, on behalf of everyone watching and listening, we want to say thanks to you for being there with the firm. I'm quite sure we'll speak again very soon. Come back every week. Tell Conrad you got to come every week. All right. We love having you. All right.
Okay. Thank you, Squeeze.
Thanks again. Have an amazing day and take care.
You too.